Neat people paying me to make content for me. Hi, friends. Juesto Enrico here with Cuesta Delilah y Cuesta Cachela.
No one's watching yet.
And, this persists as a video after the live stream. Some people watch it as a video even when it's not live.
Oh, yeah.
It's how good my quality of my content is.
Facts. Now we got 3.
Ron Allen Salon's here.
Hey, Ron Allen Salon.
So this is a very special live stream that I'll only do once every 50 years.
Oh.
It's called my demi-centennial live stream.
Except it didn't happen at 0 days, 50 years ago today.
That's true, but it will happen 50 years from today in 2071.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Ron Allen Salon, for happening my birthday. What we're going to do in today's live stream, well, while it's here, you can always ask her any questions like that. In addition, I received some presents from the internet. I plan to open in front of the internet. And, like you see, we're eating steak, which is nature's vegetable.
I was a vegetarian for a month and a half.
How'd it go?
Well, but Dad wanted to make me steak, and I couldn't do it because I was vegetarian for a month and a half, and now I'm glad to be done with it.
How going, Cuthbert?
That's a commitment. A month and a half. Was that for lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This is my DAUGHCER.
I thought I was like a millennial. I thought I was considered a millennial or something, or a zillennial.
Born 98.
I'm a zillennial. I'm
Mhm.
22,
You
so
are.
I appreciate being called a Gen Z girl because I'm old now. What do you call a one-legged cow? A moo?
Horizontal.
Wait, let me think about it. What do you call a one-legged cow? A pogo stick? Salt peanut. It's the stars. Ground beef. I see.
I see as well. So,
Oh.
Rachel and I were looking earlier. We're eating soy-based steak substitute.
Vegan dancer? Are you really vegan?
No, but she is really a dancer.
She's not vegan.
We don't know.
No, so I think they are vegan.
No, it's okay, Ghost. Don't worry. Thank you for trying. Vegan dancer. Okay, cool. I really commend you. I was just saying a couple seconds ago that I was a vegetarian for a month and a half, and I was vegan for last year's Lent. I don't celebrate Lent, but I like to do it. I like to do a dietary restriction for myself just to see if I can complete it. And I did well.
One does not simply celebrate Lent.
Well, I mean, okay, whatever. That's too much.
Also, one does not simply walk into Mordor.
What is that from?
Lord of
Lord of
Laughter.
the Rings.
Lauder, yeah. So that's fun, Jebediah's Emporium. You're an ENTP, your mom's an ESTP, and Delilah and I are like you two in reverse.
Well, what am I, an ESTP?
Yeah.
Well, that's still up for debate.
Why do you think it's up for debate?
Well,
what do you think you are?
I guess like it's just hard for me to know now because for the longest time I was just so convinced that I was an ENTP that I have no
and that's my fault.
strong
Okay?
sense of self.
That's my fault because I typed you that because I didn't know enough about cognitive functions yet. I hadn't typed enough people. Once I typed enough people, you're clearly ESTP.
Would you mind putting this over there? Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine then. Fine, I believe you. I don't like this she looks like an E-girl thing.
Yeah, extrovert?
Mm-mm.
I think that
E-girl is something else.
What is an E?
I think an E-girl means an extrovert.
No, it does not mean an extrovert.
We're both lost at
No,
that.
I don't know what that
an
means, though.
E-girl is like, thank you, Ghost. An E-girl is just like someone who like, I'll look it up and show you, but it's just, people like to say that I'm an E-girl because I have pink in my hair and well, I'm like wearing a flannel, but it's just because it's cold outside, okay?
It actually is.
I'm wearing, it's not necessarily
Delilah
emo.
is not emo at all.
No. But like here, I'll show you
Wow.
an E-girl example. But E-girl is like the new wave scene kids, emo kids.
Okay.
E-girl like that. That's not me. That's not like me. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like does that look like me at all?
Show the people what you're talking about. No, those makeups are strange.
No.
I'm not
You're not.
I'm not even wearing makeup at the moment, but I understand the misinterpretation of my colored hair. But don't worry, I've been dyeing my hair since I was in 7th grade.
Salty Peanut, I don't like the idea of someone with blood dying so I can live either. I do like the idea of someone with blood dying so I can have a delicious dinner. That's a little bit different. I don't need beef to live. I need beef to enjoy dinner. True that.
Facts.
If I had to eat meat because it was that or starvation, that would suck ass. I'd be in a really rough situation at that point. Either be lost in the wilderness or so broke that I couldn't even afford anything. I had to kill something to eat it. That'd be a bad status to be in.
Ghost, facts. There's nothing wrong with e-girls, okay? I love them, just because I love all women. But, and I think e-girls are great. However, I would not self-identify as an e-girl. And it's not that I have a problem with if someone, assumes that I am. It's just that, an e-girl is a way of life. Not just basis of looks.
The thing is this, I would point out about cows. Cows don't really have a place in the ecosystem. It's not like it's not like they're gonna do well. A herd of wild cattle out on the plains of Montana, living their real life. They've been domesticated for so long, they'll be looking for a barn to take them in to slaughter them. It's like they wouldn't even exist if you didn't eat them.
I just hope they're free range, like.
I agree. I think that's important. I think it's important that animals be treated well. But I also think the Japanese take it a little too far. They basically spend the whole cow's life massaging it and petting it, telling it how wonderful it is. Right until it's totally unexpected death.
I just
they
don't.
have
Yeah.
no idea slaughter's coming, and then all of a sudden they're dead. Boom.
I don't know if I like them
Because
misdirection.
that's Kobe beef, right? They say like it's the best, most tender beef in the world.
What Kobe beef is?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And the
either.
principle behind it is the animal should experience no stress at all during its life. And so they
Oh my gosh.
they massage them, they feed them nothing but like grasses, all the most delicious grasses and stuff, and then they bam.
Wagyu. Wait, you said Kobe beef, Wagyu beef. They're different for some reason.
I think Kobe beef may be Wagyu beef from Kobe, Japan.
Oh.
So it may be like one of those wine things where you can't call champagne unless it's from the Champagne region. You have to call it sparkling wine.
Mm.
That's why. Oh, that makes sense.
Wagyu
because-
beef may be the sparkling wine of Kobe beef.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense because every time in the stores, it's always Prosecco or sparkling wine. Never says champagne, and I guess.
Yeah, because you have to
France.
actually have your winery in the region of Champagne in France to be able to call your shit champagne.
Oh, bless you. I've never had real champagne then.
Right.
So did our friend Lauren leave? Because I'm curious. I want to know why she wanted to call me an e-girl. Winston's mom just put the explanation of e-girls and e-boys, but I can give you the rundown too.
I see it.
Do you know our friend Lauren who said that about me?
What'd she say about you?
That look like an e-girl.
You girl.
Oh.
Lauren something?
Yeah, I know Lauren Cuthbert.
Okay.
Like I can't. Have I ever talked to her? Did I type her ever?
No.
I don't know what she looks like.
Wait, have you?
But I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But I do know that she comes around here periodically,
Cool.
and that she's got a memorable name, Cuthbert.
Yeah, Winston's mom, you are one of my most well known, and whenever I come into the stream, which is quite rare, I always like to see Winston's mom. Winston's mom got you guys these stickers, right?
Mhm.
So Winston's mom got these stickers, and I've been looking through them, and so you're goated, Winston's mom.
Let's see what else Winston's mom got. This is from Winston's mom, I believe.
I believe.
Pretty much, if it says it's to host Eric, then I think it's probably from Winston's mom.
Does anyone need anything from the fridge?
No thanks, unless there's a water in there. Is there water in there?
There is.
If not, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so nice.
Is it?
What is this thing?
Ghost is very kind, and so is Winston's mom. It looks like a article of clothing. Oh, it looks like a robe.
Maybe it's a drapery or something, though.
It looks like a jam set.
Oh my gosh, it's pajama!
I called it. I said it was a robe. It says I love you.
Oh, it's a I love you robe. Well, thanks, Winston's mom. Is this the surprise for Rachel that you said? She did say that there was going to be a surprise for Rachel. This might be for Rachel, so I don't know if this is for me or for Rachel.
Winston's mom, do you watch Demon Slayer? I like this one a lot. Anyone? Yeah, Running Fox, it's my dad's birthday. Big fan for not knowing that.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old today, Running Fox. God. Way to not keep track of my life.
I'm just kidding, Running Fox.
Oh, wait, there's something else in here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh. Look at this, Rachel. This is for you as well. I think that robe is for you that I just pulled out.
She said it's sort of for you, but I expected Rachel to wear it as a surprise. The second part will explain.
Hi.
Yeah. So there's your robe as it goes with it. It's a robe that says I love you with sexy version of boob circles.
That's so nice. Actually, I love robes. So thank you, Winston's mom.
What's my favorite thing about my dad?
No, I think he's asking me.
Oh. That makes more sense.
I have a lot of interesting. I have a lot of favorite things about my dad. I mean, well, I guess that means I have no favorite things. I have a lot of them, right? But I like everything about my dad. There are very few things that I dislike about him. He's a great person. I'm very much a father's child.
She's not particularly fond of my fluidly transracial status, though.
No, actually, you know what? If I think about it for more than a few seconds, I can find a lot of things I don't like about my dad.
That's beautifully bipolar. Salty Peanut loves your hair, Rachel.
Oh, thank you, Salty Peanut.
Not even sure it's a new cut.
I said that in the stream yesterday, but they didn't notice me in the stream
thank
yesterday.
you. No, we were
Doing
the
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
She's ESTP. What's your fluid transracial stance? What's hers?
Don't ask me.
I think she self-identifies as Mexican.
No, I mean, I'm like halvesies. I'm a little bit more than half white, but I'm Mexican and I speak Spanish, so that's good enough for me to identify myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I just go by facts. I did a 23andMe test and use those.
Oh, I'm fluidly transracial. That's my stance, yeah. That means I change race randomly here and there. I've been every race. I know the pain of every oppressed minority. I've been every gender from super manly to sort of womanly to back again.
I'm just looking through.
You're transspatial. That means you exist in more than one location at the same time. Or that you are transspecial, which means you're multiple species at the same time. I'm not transspecial. I'm unispecial. Which is to say, I am Homo sapiens. 69 Kuda said, "Hey Eric, can I take Delilah out for dinner?"
Who's that?
Yeah, we don't have that kind of relationship. Delilah doesn't give a fuck what I think.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that a friend? Look at this cute Shinobu sticker, guys.
Yeah.
Is that one of your friends who just said that to you?
69 Kuda. Huh? Yeah, he's coming around here.
Comes around, yeah.
He's possibly the only person I can think of who has the number 69 in their name that I don't think is a douchebag.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with 69 cute at all. Normally, if somebody has the number 69 in their name, they're really just like meatheady, I guess
a
you could.
child or a douchebag. They're below the age of 12 or a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
There are like some like.
Oh, that's for 69 Barracuda.
Oh, I would never have thought that.
I didn't think that either. So it's a year. He's talking about a car, 69 Barracuda.
Oh my god.
Winston's mom says there are more packages.
There are.
I know. I'm not opening them all at once. That's taking all the meal and eating it all right at the start, and then having just the rest of the dinner to sit there.
I'm amazed at like your patience with opening up the gifts. I'm like I like to open them up right away.
You don't have to kill plants to eat plants, Michael Bean. You can just wait for fruit to fall onto the ground.
Facts. Also, I like how people in your chat just like want to argue all the time. They just want to fight. I like this.
This is a particularly not fighty one too.
I know.
I'm 50 years old, Mike Hart.
Sometimes I know I'm wrong. It's just fun to argue. That's them in your chat sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean sometimes, hey Karma's Pimp, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. But yeah, he's the big 5-0.
5-0.
He's old.
May I just say I'm so sick and tired of you treating Karma like a whore.
Yes, you did spell my name correctly. Thank you. And I do understand that arguing is fun.
Not for her.
Not anymore.
She grew up with me.
So that's why it's it's a little tired now for me. I find myself just so lazy to argue with people. I just give up. I've been like getting into a bunch of fights on TikTok right now because I commented on this one TikTok, and like people are like coming for me, and they're just like saying things that are just like so idiotically stupid that like it would take like the least amount of effort to possibly refute them, and I just don't have the energy for it. But
HDB. What's HDB mean?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, it's HBD is happy birthday.
Yeah.
Well, he put HDB.
Well, he probably
Happy Birth Bay?
day birth.
Date of birthday.
How do you know for certain she's an ESTP, huh? That's a good question.
I mean, the answer to that is many, many, many different reasons that all line up with many, many different sort of checks, associations, tests, assessments, whatever.
Okay, so arguing is fun. It's fun to debate. I like to debate. I used to as well. Have you ever seen your dad in a fight? Probably. Not like a fist fight, but like an argument for sure. Yes, it's Eric's birthday today. He's 50.
Yeah, she's never seen me in a fist fight. I've been in one fist fight during her life, but she wasn't there.
How?
fortunately.
With whom?
This guy Steve.
These are
It was after I dropped her off with your mom, and I went over to Corey and Liz's house, and Steve thought I was poking his girl, but I wasn't poking his girl. But he came up to me. I was parked on the car. I just pulled up. I sat there. I had the window open, and my arm here, like on the side of the window thing, and I saw him come out of the car. I said, "Hey, Steve," and he just pow sucker punched me right through the open window of the car, and continued just sort of wailing on me. I finally managed to get out of the car. And then he knocked me out. I came to, I was looking up at the stars in the street. I lying in the street looking up at the stars.
And what, he thought
and he had gone into Corey and Liz's house. And so then I went in after him like a free safety. I hit him like with my shoulder first and pushed his head through the drywall. And then we sort of wrestled around on the ground a bit. And he got away from me and ran and locked himself in his girlfriend's car.
Oh my gosh.
And so what was, he just thought that you were like trying to like get at his girlfriend or something?
Well, I had been hanging out with her, but it wasn't anything sexual. There's nothing going on. And I hadn't even considered it in those terms. To me, it was just like, oh, she's got drugs.
Yeah.
It was like
hanging out.
It was.
She must have had a rep for herself or something.
She was somebody I knew who sometimes had the drugs I was doing at the time. So I happened to be hanging out with her at the time.
I like that. I don't see you as much of a fighter. Yeah, he uses his words are daggers. His words are nuclear bombs, actually. I've said the two people that can make me cry the most quickly on this planet are him and his father. Like in the drop of a fucking hat, I'm in tears. But I also cry very easily. It's not like he's like abusing me verbally or anything. It's just very easy for me to cry. But also because I'm also very, attached obviously to my dad. So if he says anything critical to me in the slightest, I don't like it. I take it more personally than normal people,
But I want to stress, Doyle and I have a very loving relationship. Like if I make her cry, I end up making myself cry too.
Yeah.
Was a story about trying to stop the SE guy from punching me real or anecdote? That was real, except he didn't punch me, he slapped me. And that was not a fight because after he slapped me, I was like, I turned like the other cars around. Like, did you see that? He just hit me.
The stop sign.
Yeah.
The stop sign guy. And then what happened with that again?
He slapped me. He slapped my Ray-Bans off of my face that I had for years and years. There's like a pair of sunglasses that strangely I hadn't lost or broken. And he knocked them into the street. And then this Chinese woman who was at the stop sign over here, right? She like looked at me. She looked at the sunglasses. And then she just drove right over them. And I was like, oh! Talk about adding insult to injury.
That's funny. There's Mackenzie Hoffman. I've been in maybe one or two physically and one or two like on my own webcam. And the 50, and I think he just referred to himself as 50 because he was almost 50. You don't keep up with your chat enough.
Yeah, I was in place. That's right. I was rounding up to 50 at the time.
Yes.
I was 49, but I was calling myself 50 because it was close enough to 50 that why bother saying 49? Now I'm actually officially 50 today.
I almost got you sunglasses today. I saw some cute ones at Target, and I almost got them for you there. Because remember when you stole? I don't know if you would have remembered this though.
I rember stealing your.
Remember my hard sunglasses? Yeah, I was gonna get you another pair of hard sunglasses. Do you smoke reefer? How old you're? Blah blah blah. I don't smoke weed anymore. I used to pretty frequently, pretty heavily, but it gives me really severe anxiety. And I don't know if maybe it's because there was a couple times where I got way too high, and ever since then, I just haven't been able to enjoy it. And the first time I saw my dad take a bong rip, fuck if I know, young. But I mean, I didn't really know what it was.
I never hit it, but I tried not to get any smoke on her or something when she was little.
I mean, I was never in the room when you were smoking when I was little.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like it affected me at all. In fact, like I just thought it was very normal. I thought, that's something that everyone did. But the first time I ever smoked weed, well, I don't know, maybe this is I won't tell the story, but I did used to enjoy smoking weed a lot. And
I encouraged her to smoke it at home first before she goes and went out and
did.
smoked it in the world. And that's the story you're avoiding telling, or you're avoiding telling the time that I told you to go easy on the moon rocks.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna tell. That story didn't come to mind. But yeah, I just got super fucking high, and that was okay. And I destroyed a bowl of popcorn, and then dry heaved it back into the bowl. But I didn't actually throw it up. But I inhaled this fucking bowl of popcorn in 20 seconds, and then I was dry heaving it back into the fucking bowl. And April was next to me high as fuck on the couch, not doing anything. But no, yeah, the first time I smoked weed, I smoked at home because it was much safer, and I'm glad I did because I remember not being high, and I was just what the fuck, I'm literally not getting high. I smoked a shitload, and I went and played, and Dad was just go play World of Warcraft. I went and played World of Warcraft, and then I started, and I was what is this? And I remember exactly, I walked from the inside of the house down the back patio, and it felt like I was 60 feet tall. My feet were so far away from myself. And I went out and I told my dad, I said, Dad, I feel weird. And he said, oh, you're high, Delilah. I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, but so I'm glad I did that safely at home. Let's see. I like to keep up with the check. Sometimes Dad misses stuff. Same here. I can't smoke that stuff because it makes me paranoid. Yeah.
This is a very stereotypical ENTP, ESTP difference. ENTPs can't handle their alcohol, and ESTPs don't like weed. It's a weird stereotype that seems to be generally true.
I can handle my alcohol really well.
You're not an ENTP.
Okay, yeah.
ENTPs can't handle their alcohol. That's me. ESTPs typically don't like weed very much.
Yeah, it's true.
And I liked it for a while, but I was never the type to just smoke alone at home. El Lobo Feroz. Delilah, I'm his daughter.
Well, Mackenzie Hoffman, way to break up my generalization with a counter example.
Is she an ESTP?
Yeah.
I think it also has something to do with, other aspects. I just think one of the other things is there were a couple times I got too high too many times, and it just kind of ruined it for me. So I mean, there was time where I enjoyed it, but I didn't. I was never a huge smoker at home alone type thing.
Mackenzie Hoffman, why don't you come here, and I want to compare answers to see if your answers are similar to things, okay? Where am I going here? Because when I typed Mackenzie Hoffman, I think I told...
Wait, is Mackenzie the one from Ireland? Who's the one from Ireland?
I don't think so.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron.
Maybe I was thinking somebody else. But anyway, Mackenzie, come here. Will you, please? So anyway, while Mackenzie's deciding whether she's going to come here or not, to answer El Lobo Feroz's question, this is my delightful and beloved daughter, Delilah. Same last name as me, because she's my biological offspring.
Mm-hmm.
To the best of my knowledge, I believe her to be. I've never actually gotten a paternity test.
But I mean, well, my 23andMe test indicates that, either you're my father or someone with the exact same genetic makeup.
What? Why? What do you mean?
Because I'm I have the German, and it says the specific regions or whatever, and I have some British in me, but I think that's from
How much German do you have in you?
38%.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And I only have 30% Mexican blood from Michoacan. And well, it actually registers as native because it's a native Michoacan. So.
You're an Indian!
Right.
Rather not that.
But yeah, super I'll gloss over it.
I was thinking about getting the 23andMe for your
You
dad.
should, yeah. Oh yeah, well you both should. I mean they're expensive as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas or my birthday or something. It's like $200.
What? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Do you know that racial identity is commutative? If your daughter's 30% Mexican, that means the father must be too.
I don't think that's facts.
Oh,
I don't think that's
that way.
factual. Sorry, no, I wasn't sure if you're. Well, I don't know because I don't know much about. Oh, does that noise mean that she's here?
Yeah.
Your friend?
Hello.
Hi, Mackenzie
Can you
Hoffman.
Hey, can you guys? Oh, y'all can see me now. Okay.
Yeah.
But we
Hi.
can hear you.
Hi.
There's been some controversy about whether Mackenzie is an ESTP, even though I definitely think she is. So I thought it'd be interesting to see
Well,
how you
yeah,
guys.
I think where the main discrepancy comes from is the fact that the person who thinks that I'm an ESFP has a different idea of what TI is than you do.
In other words, they're wrong about TI.
If TI is what you say it is, then yes. But I'm only going off of the knowledge that I have from you, so I can't really discern whether what you're saying is.
Do you listen to contemporary music, Mackenzie Hoffman?
Like modern stuff, like stuff
Yeah,
that's on the radio.
yeah.
Every now and then. What I mainly listen to kind of comes from the earlier 2000s. But yeah, sometimes.
Like, what songs from the early 2000s do you listen to? Do you like? Can you name?
My favorite band right now is called Mayday Parade. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
I've heard of Mayday Parade.
You know who they are?
Yeah, but I don't listen to them. But I've heard of them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of like pop punk,
Yeah.
emo in that realm. Yeah, I like that music a lot right now.
I do too. I'm kind of going through a pop punk phase as well. I've been listening to My Chemical Romance right now for some reason.
Okay, yeah. I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like that general type of music and just early 2000s. I love it.
Delilah, if you were to say something that you encounter in the world frequently that frustrates you, don't tell us it out loud yet. And Mackenzie, you think of the same thing. And then when you both thought of answers, then you take turns giving me the answer so that you don't influence each other's answers.
Well, wait. Is it like encountering like the real life world or like the social media world? Because those would probably be two different answers.
Okay, let's go real life world first, and then we'll go social media world.
Well, I guess it is kind of the same general answer if I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, it's kind of the same answer. Okay.
All right. So now we'll hold until Mackenzie has an answer in her head as well.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, what annoys you, Mackenzie?
I think when I can't understand something, that annoys me. But if you're asking about something that annoys me that someone else does or that other people do, I think not being willing to look at another viewpoint.
Closed-mindedness. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It's really interesting that the first thing you said was regarding yourself. What are you doing there?
Farted, so.
Oh, okay, gross. But,
burns away the smell.
anyway, so it's interesting that you said that first thing about how it bugs you when you can't understand something because I didn't even think of an answer involving myself, and I guess that's kind of egocentric of me because I was just thinking like, what do other people do that annoy me? You know, what not what happens to me or what I do that bothers me in the real world. But I think closed-mindedness is something that bugs me, especially right now. But I was just going to say stupidity in general.
Stupidity. What about the answer to the question that she answered first, which is what makes you mad at yourself? What makes you have a pow, 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 smack yourself in the face with a binder moment?
Well, right now, recently, I think this is a partial result of COVID and stuff. I lost like 83% of my social skills, and social skills were something that I had to work on. They didn't just come naturally to me. And so I feel very embarrassed all the time about things that I do and say constantly. And it just makes me like cringe, like, ugh.
I can agree with that.
Uh-huh.
What about what you say or do? What about your behavior or the way you interact with people?
Like specifically?
If you can think of anything.
Well, I mean, it's just like anything, just like stupid shit that I say, like that is probably like, you know, annoying or weird. I can't think of a specific example, but I find myself beating myself up a lot about that kind of stuff recently, just like embarrassing myself or like being stupid, you know, whatever. And so
I do the same thing. Sometimes when I'm trying to interact with people, I don't know what to say on the fly.
right.
So I say something and then I'm like, maybe that was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Not funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I feel the exact same way.
How frequently are you embarrassed because you knocked something over in front of people?
Every time that happens, I want to throw my entire body off of a bridge.
Does it happen often?
Yeah, I'm pretty clumsy. Not super often, but yeah, often-ish. I'm very clumsy.
How about you, Mackenzie?
I'm extremely clumsy, but it doesn't really embarrass me.
Okay. Does it make you mad at yourself if you knock something over?
It only makes me mad just because I have to go and pick it back up. And then it stops me from what I'm doing in the moment.
Do you say, God, Mackenzie, you're so stupid?
No, I say that in my head though.
I say that to myself when I knock shit over all the time.
I hate that shit too.
I say that to myself, like, oh God, Eric, why did you move that first? You stupid idiot.
Well, I sometimes say that if I'm around other people. It happens, I'm like, damn, I'm so stupid. And then I apologize for being stupid. Or not stupid, but apologize for
Knocking your shit over, yeah. I get very frustrated. Like the other day, like my closet door wouldn't close or something, and I was just like really pissed off at it. And there was like shit in the way, and just like everything was making me angry. And I was like got really mad and like slammed my closet door closed for like no unnecessary reasons, you know.
Can you guys both come up with a specific example from social media that made you mad? Like a specific person or exchange that made you mad? And then say why it made you mad. Think of that both. When you both have an answer in your head, let me know, and then we'll do the same thing we just did so you don't influence each other's answers.
I have an answer.
I have my answer too.
You
can go first.
Go ahead, Mackenzie.
Okay, so one of the things that annoys me on social media is it especially happens on Instagram or YouTube when two people are arguing, and then one of the people who had all the argument will correct the other person on a very trivial word like your or just the spelling of it, and in my opinion I'm like, okay, maybe they should have spelled that differently or spelled it right, but that doesn't mean that your argument is more valid just because they didn't spell a word right.
That's interesting that you think that. Well, my example's more specific, but it's because it's fresh on my mind. And I was saying it earlier in the live stream that maybe I said it before we started the live stream. I commented on this one TikTok, and I'll go into brief detail about it, but I don't want to hear bullshit. I don't want to hear anything stupid. So, and it was these like.
You hear that, guys? Someone hearing stupid from any of you.
It was this TikTok of these like overweight women with these like big girls, and they were in their swimsuits, and like the caption or like the video was like fat swimsuit check, and it was these like 5 like gorgeous plus size women walking out in their swimsuits, and the comments were just fucking atrocious. They were just like berating them for being fat and like berating them for just like they were just disgusting. Wow. So I left a comment on the video saying like, you guys look amazing. Like these comments are not fucking okay. And I can't even tell you, I had like 85 replies to my comment saying like you shouldn't be encouraging this, obesity or whatever. Like it's just unhealthy. They're gonna die at age 35, whatever. Literally, like the only reason I am skinny, the only reason is genetics. Because I eat like shit. I don't take care of my body at all. The only good thing I do for my body is I drink a lot of water. But like literally, like, I eat like shit all the time. Like I'm not healthy, but I'm seen as healthy because like it doesn't appear on my body. And it's just like people are just like so fucking stupid. Like in the responses, they're like, oh well, they're gonna die by age 35 anyway. It's like, first of all, even if someone is unhealthy and like gets like some kind of like disease from their unhealthy lifestyle, who fucking cares? It's not you. Don't be fat then. If you hate fat people so much, fucking who cares? That was my whole
I
story.
agree with you on that completely. But I want to comment on Bozo the Clown's great idea. You should do the your thing, but when talking to somebody. You just said your. It's not your. You said your, but it's your.
Well, you know what's funny is I feel like they have a different tone. Like that's your backpack, and you're beautiful. That's how I say it. That's your yogurt, and you're handsome, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like truly yours.
It's from Ross Creations.
That doesn't change facts. Why lie to them and say it's healthy when it's not? Good question. I never, ever told them they were healthy. And I would never just tell a random fucking person, like a random skinny person or a random beautiful person, that they're healthy, because I'm skinny and whatever, and there's no physical signs that I'm unhealthy, right? Because I don't carry weight. But I probably eat more unhealthily than people who have like diabetes and stuff, because people who have diabetes have to alter their diet to be more healthy, and I fucking like have like a coffee with like 600 grams of sugar every breakfast. And
So Delilah, you don't pay attention to what you eat as far as in regards to trying to make sure that it's healthy or that it's supplying all your nutrients?
So I think, I mean, yeah, I do to an extent, for sure. No, I mean, well, like I was just saying, I went vegetarian for like 2 months. That was a dietary thing in order to like kind of see how it affected my body, because I get a lot of like stomach aches or whatever. But however, I do it to an extent where if I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna eat healthy this day, and
what
then
did you have before you came over here today to eat, Delilah? Okay. So I came over here at 2:00 this afternoon. What did you consume prior to coming over here to have steaks with me and Rachel at 2:00?
coffee. That's it.
Okay. You do not take care of your dietary needs at all. Every time I see you, I ask you, like, when's the last time you ate? You're like, Thursday?
But no, well, what I'm saying, I mean, well, like the thing is of course, like if I just eat like shit all the time, and this happens, if like I'm eating like shit all the time, I won't feel good, and I'll try to do something for a couple days where that makes myself feel better, like eating, like opting in for like a salad for dinner or something. But it's only to the extent of my comfort. If I have to drive an hour and a half to get a fucking healthy meal, I'm not going to do that shit. But people with like dietary problems or like health problems or whatever, and some people literally have like thyroid problems where they just gain weight no matter what they fucking eat. It's like, I'm not going to lie and say anyone's healthy unless they're like my personal trainer.
And the idea that people are actually motivated by the other party's health is fucking totally insane. It's totally insane, because I smoke cigarettes. The amount of people who comment upon my unhealthy choice making, which is actually a choice, is vastly smaller percentage of people than a comment on fat people's supposed choice, which isn't even a choice, because one's weight has only a very little bit to do with your behavioral choices and almost everything to do with genetics.
Yes.
Eric, do you think smoking weed is unhealthy?
No.
Well, that's the thing, Mike, is that, you can have concern for another person regardless. But my dad smoking cigarettes, or a fat person's being fat, or someone who, is obviously weed isn't necessarily unhealthy at all, but let's just say weed was unhealthy, or someone who consumed a cake for breakfast every single day. Those are not the healthiest of choices. But if you see someone eating cake for breakfast every day, that's not going to make you think, I'm going to go fucking eat cake for breakfast every single day, so their lifestyle, their unhealthy lifestyle is influencing mine. But people think when I tell fat people that they're beautiful, or bigger people, and I don't use fat synonymously with ugly or unattractive, so when I say fat, it's factual. It's like plus size,
Yeah.
When I tell a fat person they're beautiful or they look good, I'm not lying to them. I'm not encouraging their obese behavior. They're not going to say, "Oh, Delilah thinks I'm pretty because I'm fat, so I'm going to keep being unhealthy." You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's not.
Yeah.
She's choosing to not reduce their whole ontology to this one vector that is absurd. As far as
God forbid there be support.
as far as being concerned for me, and you quit smoking in 2017 and want to help me, well, I'd like to help you resume smoking. I can help you with that. What I want you to do is run right out there and get. You know what? Think about how good it would
no,
feel.
stop.
See,
Stop.
stop.
Seriously,
what
stop.
He's doing to you.
Stop.
Oh, you don't like that?
Right.
You know, it's like the thing is, if let's say I were to suddenly be sort of forcibly removed from marijuana and cigarettes concurrently, all of a sudden, I mean, I'd have to sort of reinitiate my battle with sobriety in general, because I made deals with myself when I quit drinking. Things like, but you can continue to smoke as much weed as you want. And if I break that deal, if somebody convinces me somehow to give up this thing I already came to a firm handshake kind of, that it was important for me to quit drinking, to promise myself some things. One of the deals I made was that I could always get 2 non-alcoholic beverages when I went out to a restaurant. And I know I don't always take advantage of it, but I still remember it as one of my deals that I made with myself. So it's like, it may not seem important to you that whether I get 2 or 1 non-alcoholic beverage at a restaurant, but it's actually important to me. It's part of my arrangement that I made with myself.
Do you sleep because you can't drink?
But I had to quit drinking because I was an alcoholic.
And that's good, and no one ever convinced him otherwise.
Nobody could.
Wait, is that why you smoke weed, because you can't drink, or you smoked it regardless of that?
I smoked it before, or I smoked
Yeah.
I smoked weed and drank and smoked cigarettes, but I smoke more weed now than when I drank. So it used to be when I drank, I always tell myself, smoke weed first, then drink. But what I'd always end up doing was drink first and then smoke weed.
Do you smoke it for a particular reason, or just because you like to smoke it? Just because you like the reason, or just because you like the feeling?
Well, like most people, I have what you might call temporal bargaining arrangements. So that is to say, I do some things I don't like to do, but I have to do because they're work. And then I have some sense of how to reward myself for completion.
Okay.
Weed has a role in that. Weed gives me something to calm me down when I'm too spazzy after I've been out all day and not smoked weed all day or something. It used to, a long time ago, be what I do every time I thought I want to drink. I'd smoke weed. It's not like that anymore, because I don't ever think I want to drink anymore. It's just like that's way beyond change.
The last. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You go for it.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say I'm about to leave sex expert. Ask you, Eric. I have a lot of questions for you. So, is it beneficial for me to type them up in the email, or do you find yourself not being able to respond to emails very well?
It'd be better off to do it in this format sometime, where you just come on and make a video, you ask me questions and I answer them, and then I'll upload it afterwards or something.
Is that appealing to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Well,
So I will reply to an email if it says, how about we do the thing we talked about today at meow o'clock on meow day, in my time, Los Angeles time.
Where are you from, Mackenzie?
I'm from South Carolina.
Cool.
That's where Rachel's mom is.
Yeah.
It's not as great as where you guys live, probably, but
LA's not all that. LA's not all that for sure. You need help over there, guys?
South Carolina is so boring.
And what time are you on? This might be a dumb question. You're not on Eastern time, are you? You're on Central?
Eastern.
I'm 3 hours after you.
Okay,
so whatever
yes.
that means.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know geography. I never took a geography class.
I don't either. Don't feel bad about yourself.
Cool. I only know all the states from the song.
I don't even know that.
Yeah.
If I tried hard enough, I'd probably be able to guess all 50 of them, but it'd take a while.
Yeah, it takes a while.
All right, so yeah,
All
just email me a time and date, and I'll confirm it. We'll meet that time. We'll make a video. You ask me all the questions you want. It'll do well. It'll get good views.
It was nice. It was nice meeting you, Mackenzie. I really appreciated this.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Have a
Bye.
good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, I want to make a comment. Put the chat back
I
up
will.
here.
I will.
I've been waiting. Mike, before I answer your question, one last thing I want to say about this fat people thing. Can you scroll up real fast? Let me just do it real fast. Sorry. Oh, this is not a good angle. I don't believe in making fun of people or insulting them, but I think the morality of glorifying unhealthy habits. I question that morality of glorifying unhealthy habits. Wonderful for you to say that. Do you think a compliment of any sort is inherently glorifying it? So if you were to say something like, Delilah, your pink hair is so nice. Bleaching and dyeing my hair is not healthy. Bleach, inhaling bleach and putting it on your scalp and everything is not healthy. So if you're telling me your pink hair is pretty, is that inherently glorifying it? Or if I say this cigarette that my dad just smoked smells delicious, is that inherently glorifying it?
Well, I guess it's positioned in a good light. But the point is, more importantly, Delilah, the problem with his argument is this. Telling somebody they look pretty, while at the same time that person being fat, is not a comment upon their fatness, right? So you're presuming ahead of time that being fat precludes them looking pretty. And so you must be glorifying their ugliness by calling it pretty in some fashion. Mm-hmm. But of course, that's the problem, is this presumption that your perspective on their appearance allows you to reduce their whole being in such a way that you preclude them from attaining any kind of personhood beyond the thing that bugs you about them first.
And I also think that people often equate fat and ugly. Fat is not synonymous. It's a state of being, just as skinny is. I'm skinny and some people are fat, but that doesn't they're different entities. Like if I call someone fat, they can still be beautiful, but there can also be fat, ugly people, and there can be ugly, skinny people. I mean, am I not supposed to give any sort of, kind of, what are you saying?
I'm an ugly, skinny person.
No, I think my dad's very
I don't have any, I don't have any self-esteem problems at all, okay? I don't mean that in any sort of self-esteem issue. It's, I am handsome enough for my purposes, which is fine. It doesn't really matter that much. Nearly as much for dudes,
Real fast, the school thing, yeah, I don't like school. I really don't like school right now, but I used to at some point. I want to ask you to be a regular model or a plus size model. If they ask me to be a regular model or a plus size model, well, I'm not a plus size person, so I'd be a regular model. I'd be cool if I could model. But if I was fat and they said, do you want to be a plus size model, that'd be cool too. I mean, it's not, they're not saying, do you want to be a plus size model? I would say I'm not plus size. You speaking to be the house, everyone mind their accuracy, please. I never said you're glorifying anything, so that's a false premise. You said you question them. You're right. You said you question the morality of glorifying it. So then I would like to ask you, what includes glorifying? Is it inclusivity? So do you think, plus size models showing off plus size clothing is glorifying it? So in that case, do you think fat people should just be naked all the time? Not have any kind of...
No, they shouldn't have any advertising directed at them.
Ever, right?
I mean, just for pure capitalism morality reasons. It makes good capitalism moral sense to market things to all different demographics, because all different demographics have money to spend.
Kuda deleted his message, but it was something about me modeling. I would love to model. I'm 5'7", but I don't know. I just am not very photogenic. My legs are long. Would I gain the extra weight? You would gain the extra weight. I can't. I mean, I don't put on weight physically. If someone said gain 100 pounds,
so people can see you.
This is me.
Look at that.
Skinny. Mm-hmm. There you go. You get some free ass content. There you go. For the stream, views. Up,
yeah,
up.
I want to make that the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail.
No, I don't put on weight. So
The great thing about having an ESTP daughter is she thinks my jokes about exploiting her like that are funny too.
yeah, they are funny.
I
Thank you, Mike, for saying I seem like a nice girl, your dad's father. And yeah, he's a great father for sure. Thank you. Debate with the Delilah on my card is 50 shades away from asking host for Delilah's hand in marriage. It's funny how everyone in this chat says, Eric, can I take Delilah out on a date? As if that matters in the slightest.
I never was a particularly fussy father about her doing what she wanted to do. You know, it's like she always expressed to me very clearly that she did know what she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've also heard her then express to me that I shouldn't have listened to her at certain points.
Well,
but like, you know, when you were 14 though, even at 14, you were very, very clear that you knew what you wanted to do and that you didn't appreciate anybody getting in your way.
But I mean, and then of course, I don't blame you at all at that point. I just think that, you know, I didn't, but I was very hard-headed. Like no one can at any point in my life, no one
There's a lot of effort put into keeping you away from Boys by Candace, but I knew it was futile.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no point in my life has there ever been a person that has been able to stop me from doing what I want to do. And then later on, I'll realize, okay, you know, I was stupid as fuck. I shouldn't have done that. How old am I? 22. I'm turning 23 in September. Way too young for me, Mike. Going off around 25. Yeah, that's good. That's great to hear. The standard. I like that.
You know what they say about 22? It's the first guaranteed losing hand in blackjack.
I do say that. They do say that. It just stay out of my way. Our ESTP is unpopular. I'm very hard-headed for sure. Eric and Delilah see each other. I'm assuming she's in school. I go to school, but I do online school right now. And Dad and I don't really see each other, you know, often. I mean, often, yeah, a couple times a month.
I would say this is my description of my relationship with Delilah. Is I'd like to think we're both generally quite delighted every time we spend time together and encounter each other. And neither of us really think about making it happen very often. Usually it happens because of some secondary reason that's not us desiring to hang out with each other, even though we always love hanging out with each other. And that's FI polar. I always, whenever I see her or she comes up or I talk to her or anything, I typically get off the phone. Rachel will attest to this and say something like, I love Delilah. Mm-hmm. She's so wonderful. Mm-hmm.
I'm 22.
But it doesn't make us actually try to hang out with each other very much anyway.
But I mean, there's no part of me. The last time I felt like, oh, I miss my dad. Like, okay, well, I feel like I miss my dad all the time. But the last time I felt like, wow, like I haven't seen my dad in so long, and that upsets me in some manner was years ago. And there was like a period after I graduated high school and moved out into Candace's house that I didn't see Dad very often. And during that time, I felt like I'm not seeing him enough. And it wasn't his fault. It was mostly mine. I just had a lot of stuff going on in my life. But
neither of us like to commit to things in general.
Yeah.
Like if I say, hey, you should come over and live stream. She go, yeah, I should. I'll do that. Well, how about me? How about this in the time? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, but there's no issues, and I do think we have a great dynamic as well. She is ENTP. So no, Dad says I'm an ESTP, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And what's my mom?
I think she's ISFP.
ISFP. My mom's ISFP.
But I don't really know. Your mom's kind of messed up, you know.
She's weird.
Yeah.
She's weird. But and then ISTP is my mom, and what's Candace?
ESFJ.
ESFJ.
Mm-hmm. But one of the great things is Delilah gets along with Rachel so much better than she did with my last female partner.
That's for sure. I love Rachel. I seriously love Rachel, and I love communicating with her often, and I appreciate her. And we follow each other on Instagram, and we're always messaging on Instagram. I talk to Rachel more often than I talk to Dad, for
So
sure.
funny. It's true.
But,
yeah.
I like that I can
appreciate
just
that.
call up either you or Dad and have a conversation basically whenever. So, I mean, Dad and I talk multiple times a week for sure on the phone. I'll call you to randomly say something or whatever.
Yeah, I called the other night to play Do You Remember When with Lola, which was do you remember when you used to ask for a ride to go to the concert at the park in
Yeah.
Temple City, and I'd pick you up and your friend or something, and then I'd sing Party at the Park, and you'd get so embarrassed. Or you getting mad or whatever.
I was just getting annoyed. Yeah, I would just be annoyed by it. And I said, yes, of course I remember that. I said that I had suppressed that memory, and you brought it back up. But I called Dad whenever I have car problems, and I've been having a lot of car problems recently, so I've been calling him a lot for that kind of stuff. So
Party at the Park, of course, by the swing set and by the bandstand, by the library over there. There's a something special, a something kind of affair. It's a party at the park. It's a party tonight. It's a party at the park, and we're all invited to the party at the park. It's quite exciting at the party at the park.
yeah, Dad liked that one a lot. So Oswaldo asked a good question. If I live to 100, then I'll see this twice.
Yes, the next episode of this live stream will occur in 2071 on my 100th birthday. Delilah will be 72. Rachel will be 86.
Wow.
Yeah, 86.
Yeah, I will be.
And amazingly, Capillo, our cat, will be 54 years old.
Wait, you guys, look at my cat. I forgot to show you guys my cat. His name is Zuko, and he is the best little guy on the planet. He's fat and big, and he's huge. He's like twice the size of Capillo for sure. I'm looking for a good picture of him. Here's a picture of him. That's not a good one to show.
I mean, like, God, did you just say the Party at the Park was a cringe song?
Oh my gosh.
I am so offended by that.
He truly is, though.
I gotta get a beverage. Do any of you guys want a beverage?
Yeah. What kind of beverage?
We got Sprite or the equivalent.
I want Sprite or the equivalent.
Apple soda, Coca-Cola. We've got apple juice. We've got pineapple mango juice. We've got non-alcoholic beer.
Okay, I either want Sprite, apple juice, or pineapple mango, and you can surprise me and decide. This is Zuko. He's big. And he's the best. Oh, that's my phone. He's huge. He's 14 pounds. He's 10 months old. And he's extremely tall. Yeah. I don't know much about bread soup again. Oh, so you guys are having, let's see what conversation they're having. Bread soup, I don't know what bread soup is, but I don't really care to find out if it's something political, because I agree with the whole people on the political side of YouTube are kind of corrupt. We won't need stream on devices will be connected on the same code. Yeah, we'll just blink and then we'll be live streaming in 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use this new mug for Delilah because
It says Hola Bonita.
we can't really see it because of the.
Hola Bonita. I just got that for my dad for his birthday.
Use this to put some
What's
Simply Apple.
There's shit in the bottom.
It's unfiltered. It's got
It's like one of those
It's like
fresh pressed.
fresh pressed.
Okay.
You know, it's like extra organic or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Danny Zuko. I do get that question a lot, but Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zuko, that's Zuko. Yeah, Zuko does give off Terry Crews vibes. You know, he also gives off Colossal Titan vibes from Attack on Titan. He's always standing and looking at shit.
That is Colossal Titan.
What kind of cat is? Thank you. What kind of cat? So he's half Russian blue, half Maine Coon. So that's why he's so big. That's why he's huge.
I don't know what Russian blue looks like, but I was wondering if he was Maine Coon.
They're gray with blue eyes, and and that's why I was like, why does Zuko have green eyes? And it's because we've discovered his breed, we believe, is half Maine Coon, and that's why he's so big. I need to find this other picture of him that I just posted the other day. He likes to climb things. He's crazy. He's the craziest fucking cat on the planet. So this is on my Instagram highlights. Oh my god. Look at how fucking tall he is, dude. He's huge.
That's a tall cat.
Do you see it?
It really is.
You see how tall he is?
He's the
Yeah.
cat version of how you were.
He's a cat version of Dad?
Yeah. He's so tall.
Maybe because Zukov, if it's a Russian. Yeah, he is half Russian. Wow, that's actually, good idea. Zukov.
Zukov. I like that.
But, I mean, he's only half Russian blue.
Our crayfish will be 51 years old during the next live stream.
Has he won already?
Well, he might be 50. I don't know how old he is. They only live apparently a few years.
Oh.
But because of the magic of this live stream, and it's casting a spell on each of the creatures in our lives so that they'll be around for the next one. That means Zuko is going to be 50 or 51.
He'll be 50 in 10 months. 50 and 10 months. And Zuko's going to live forever. The thought of, I don't know, I won't even say words, but I love him so much. I cry about him all the time just because I love him so much.
Oh.
So that's, he'll be 602 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you measure babies in months until they're 50.
Are you sure? Are you sure he'll be 602 months old?
Yeah, I'm 600 months old.
But he's 610 because he's 10 months old. 610 months, right?
Oh yeah, it's 610 months, right? Yeah, my bad. And 10, not in 2.
610 months old.
And 10, yeah. 12 times 50 is 600.
Yeah, that's 12 times 5 is 60. What are they? If parents are different quarters of each other, I don't know what that means. So that's to Eric.
If parents from different quadrant make a child would necessarily turn out to be either one or the other quadrant. No, I don't think so, because look at Rachel's family. They've got one ISFJ, one INFJ, and one ENFJ, and the two parents are ESTJ and ENFP. So look at my parents, ESTJ and ISFJ. Now I am the same quadrant as my mom, but neither of those types is. I mean, I don't think anybody would call either of those types particularly intuitive. You know?
No.
And yet I'm very intuitive by any reasonable measure. So
I like slur of words. What slur of words said? That he's been afraid of cats since they were a kid. Imagine meeting that beast.
Yeah.
Delilah was afraid of our cat when she was a little girl. She was afraid of
Moitertons, though, I had plenty of reason. I am a big cat person. I've always been a cat person. I've always loved cats more than anything ever. Moitertons was the devil reincarnate. He was, so mean. Of course, I still loved him, but he was a feral fucking stray cat who wandered into our house sometimes and attacked me as a toddler. I couldn't walk past him in the house because he would attack me.
Oh my god. I totally have been through the same age, and honestly, it makes you afraid of cats.
Scary.
Yes.
He put himself right next to the heater.
Yeah.
There's one spot of the house that's pretty narrow, right, to get through.
Like a narrow hallway. Like this big, and there was a heater and like 2 feet of walking space, and Mortarton took up 1 of that feet in front of the heater.
And Delilah would be in her room, and the living room's on the other side of this little spot, right? And she'd be like, I don't like cat. Oh, come on, Delilah, just walk past the cat. It's not going to do anything. And then she'd get the courage, she'd walk past him, and sure enough, he'd be like,
You do it.
I didn't. I just kept thinking, surely you could. I'd walk past him. He wouldn't usually attack me. But the thing is, he was really a dick in that he'd come to me and he'd want pets, right? But he had in mind ahead of time a specific number of pets that he wanted. And if you went 1 over, he attacked you.
Oh my
So he wanted 4 pets exactly. If you see it hit the 5th pet,
Yeah. Mortarton's was he was a feral street cat. You know, he was not a cat that a toddler has.
but he wasn't from
God.
he wasn't from the streets. He just became more feral because he never got fixed. So in other words, I had him as a baby kitten, and he was nice as a baby cat, but I could never. I just felt like I can't bring myself to cut off the testicles of anything. Really, I just feel for the manhood of the creature who's losing its balls. On the other hand, I do feel comfortable fixing the females. I don't empathize with them. That's why.
Well, Zuko doesn't have balls, in case you guys were wondering. No balls for Zuko. But he's great. I mean, Zuko might be asexual. We're still not sure yet. But Zuko is fucking crazy. I mean, Zuko could be considered a dick. You might consider Zuko a douchebag. He wakes me up by biting my toes. And so, and I mean, he loves me. He asks for kisses all the time. He's obsessed with me. He follows me around everywhere. He wants mouth kisses. He needs me to kiss him on the mouth. Like, head kiss doesn't do. He asks for my mouth. Yeah. Which I also found out as a trait of Maine Coon cats as well. Yeah. But if I, piss him off, or if I am sleeping in too long, he attacks me to wake me up. So, but I think that's just because he's obsessed with me and he needs attention all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Pee-Pee is actually really very gentle in waking me up. She'll pat me with her paw. She'll meow at me a couple times, and I go, yeah, hi, Pee. Meow. And then she'll pat me.
Doesn't she pat your face too?
She pats my face sometimes if I don't want to get out. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Zuko hates the sound of my alarm, and if my alarm's going off too long, he smacks me in the face to wake me up, because we sleep facing each other. His bed is like this, so we sleep facing each other. If my alarm's going off too long, he fucking smacks me in the face to get me to wake up and turn it off, because he doesn't like my alarm sounds.
Wow. Mm-hmm. What a personality.
Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah, he's the best personality and also the worst at the same time.
Oh, he sounds so great.
Yeah, he is. And he's also the softest cat anyone has ever touched. No, Dad told me that was the softest cat he'd ever felt. Yeah, feels like a rabbit.
It's an interesting cat. At first when I saw it as a baby kitten, I thought I didn't think that was a very attractive cat. I thought I'm just not going to say it to her, but it's not a very attractive cat. But now he's grown into quite a handsome devil.
He is.
Here's him as a baby. He was very handsome, contrary to my dad's words. He was extremely handsome. He was tiny.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
I know. This was when he was a small baby.
Gosh.
Oh, look at how handsome he was.
Yeah.
He was the best. And then
He looks all gangly.
His fur hadn't grown. He's a long-haired cat. He's a long-haired cat, and his hair.
His legs are too long for his body.
This was us cuddling. Here's another bod shot. There you guys go. Here's us cuddling, and you can see how large he is.
Large.
He's the size of my torso, if not bigger.
Oh my God.
He's fucking huge, and he's handsome, and he's obsessed with me.
He is so handsome.
So, he's just the best, dude. Here's him being fat as fuck.
I admire this picture so much. It looks like he's so relaxed.
I know, he is. I also take like 1,000 pictures of him a day. There's no shortage of Zuko pictures over here.
One thing really one of the many things that makes this relationship I'm currently in so just validated by the world is the fact that the cat, who prior to this relationship never liked anybody but me, Capio, likes Rachel better than me for sure. And Rachel goes like,
My Capio doesn't even like me.
Capio.
Oh, she's just scared. She's
Capio will want
scared.
Rachel to
She
take her
likes
on
you.
walks, or take Rachel on walks. Really, Rachel.
Yeah, she
is,
takes me on walks.
Rachel is very effy tool with the cat, and
I meow with her.
and they have conversations, and
It is that intimate between me and Pee-Pee, yeah.
It sounds like a me and Zuko type
Yeah,
relationship, yeah,
so
where we have
cute.
conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it like when you talk to them, they talk back to you?
Yeah.
Also, you guys should all watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm an anime aficionado, not as much as my dad is. He's an otaku, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just a weeb. I'm just a lowly weeb. But Avatar: The Last Airbender is kind of considered an anime. It wasn't made in Japan, I don't think, right?
no, it's made in English originally.
Yeah, and then but it's a really good show, and Zuko was probably my favorite character, and so I named Zuko that. And the next cat I would name would probably be Kyo or something. Kyo is the cat zodiac from Fruits Basket. That's his name, the orange-haired guy.
Yeah, I like him.
So I like Kyo.
Okay, here's the answer. The Panther. Why is C.S. Joseph the smartest man on the planet? Because even though he's one of the world's shittiest typologists, he charges $1,000 an hour or something.
Yeah, it's
I'm curious about are certain types more likely to lean towards dogs or cats?
I don't think so, really. I think that certain types are maybe more likely to either embrace or reject pets.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I think Rachel's very hesitant about pets. She doesn't like the idea of having a lot of pets because every time she has, I don't know if he charges that anymore right now or whatever. He charges and he adjusts his price periodically. I think for a brief time anyway, it was $1,000 an hour. He probably didn't get it. I know he gets like at least $350 or something like that. Or
Yeah, it's like it got up to 600. So
wow.
Yeah,
and some people
then
pay it.
Someone did biddings, and I believe, did $1,000 typing.
Wow.
Which is just nutty, right?
Wait, someone asked about my top 10 favorite anime, and I just want to. Maybe they're asking you. I don't know. What's your top 10? What's your top 10?
You should both do it. Oh my gosh.
I have it written down. I have it in my list. So I have my top 5, but they're all ranked. I have like 3 number 1s, 3 number 2s, whatever. So my number 1s are Attack on Titan and Hunter x Hunter. Those are the only 2 ones. Hunter x Hunter probably for nostalgia value because it was like the first anime I basically watched and I fell in love with it. Number 2, Mob Psycho 100. It's close to number 1 for me. I love Mob Psycho. Number 2 also is Demon Slayer. I think it's moved down. I think it's moved down to 3. Jujutsu Kaisen, number 2. My Hero Academia, number 2. Another one that I just love because I loved it. It was one of my other first animes. And then number 3s, I have Kakegurui, which my dad refuses to watch, and Haikyuu. Haikyuu is just cute and funny and so good. Number 4s aren't really worthy of being on this list. I don't even think I have any number 5s on here. But I liked, let's see, what else have I watched and not rated?
Well, you think about it a bit more, and I will tell you my list. This is my top 10, and not necessarily in any particular order, but obviously in the top 3 or 4, you've got AOT. He's got to be up there. I'm a particular fan of Fire Force, so I was not as much of a fan of it.
I haven't given it enough of a try. I'll give it more of a try when I get home because I can't get into another anime right now. I'm having trouble, but I'm only 3 or 4 episodes in, so I'll give it another shot.
I would, there's a certain recency bias here, so I'm going to name some ones that are more recent that I liked a lot. Probably if I really were to review it all, I might not include them. But I definitely, regardless, would include my current favorite active one, which is So I'm a Spider, So So What.
Mhm.
I like that one a lot. I also like, so I was reincarnated as a slime. However, the second season of it, which is Slime Diaries, is not
I don't like
nearly as
it.
good. Not even remotely close to as good.
I
So
don't like it. I don't know
that's
why
gonna take that.
they
Well,
have
it's gonna take
that.
the first season off the list. Slime Diaries is a different show though, so I don't know.
Okay.
So so I was reincarnated as slime. The first season is fantastic, but the Slime Diaries is not.
Sometimes
It's boring. It's slow. It's boring. It's
I don't
pointless.
know why they have it.
I put Gate on my list, Gate, not Steins Gate, for everybody who always asks that question.
Mhm.
Not Steins Gate, just G period, A period, T period, E period, all capital letters. It's about the Japanese self-defense forces, the Japanese army, basically. The gate opens in Tokyo to a medieval magic world, and the military goes through the gate and blows the shit out of the they kill 100,000 people. Early on in the episode, the Japanese military uses tanks, mortars, and other things to blow to shit this army on like horseback with lances and bows and arrows and stuff, and just mows them down with like automatic machine gun fire and hand grenades and shit.
This is gay. It's Eric's birthday today, yes. Also, Winston's mom, you're great. Oh, I just lost the gate. Sorry, I was trying to swipe up on a notification. That's gate.
And I will say that Gate is one of the few anime that I watched it all by myself, then I watched it all again with Rachel and enjoyed it almost as much the second time. I really liked that one. That was a lot of fun. And then what was that? 4 or 5. I'd add on to there, I guess you got to put on Death Note. It's a good show.
I haven't finished Death Note, so don't say any spoilers.
Okay.
I'm surprised you don't have Naruto up there.
I've got till 5 things left to put.
Okay.
I would put Shippuden on there, I guess. Although, I mean, it really started to drag at the end. You have to skip a lot of filler stuff.
It really, that sure does test patience for sure.
I don't even have the patience to start it. Same with One Piece.
I don't want anything to do with One Piece.
I don't know what One Piece
It's 1,000. It's like the longest anime of successful animes. It's like 1,000 episodes. They just hit their 1,000th a couple months ago.
Oh my god!
And it's still going.
Wow.
But people hold it in as almost high regard as Naruto.
Wow.
Apparently, it's like one of the greatest as well.
But I don't think it is though. All right. And then another one that I really enjoyed a lot was I like the hidden dungeon only I can enter. That was quite good. As a recent one that I watched.
What's PDB? Let's find out what PDB is. Is it a not an anime? Are they not talking about anime? They're not talking about anime. I like to talk about anime, you guys.
Right.
Personality database.
It was like I've watched so many animes, it's really hard for me to remember which ones I like best. But I did also enjoy a lot that Durarara and Dorohedoro, both of which are on Netflix. Those are my 2 favorite from Netflix, I think, probably.
I really want you to keep watching Kakegurui.
Okay, I could resume trying that one.
Thank you.
The
music in it is so good. That wins my almost number one. That probably wins my number 1 spot for soundtrack of an anime.
What are some of your top 10, Rachel?
Well, my first anime was Attack on Titan, so that would be number 1 just because it was the first one. I really like so not the spider one, the slime one. I really like the slime one. I can never remember the names.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah. I like Black Clover.
Oh yeah, Black Clover. I forgot about Black Clover.
Like World Trigger.
I forgot about World Trigger.
I like World Trigger a
too.
lot.
Yeah, me too. Black Clover and World Trigger are both great.
Yeah, so it was reincarnated as a slime, right? Yeah. Then Durarara, I like.
Durarara was one I think Rachel and I, that was one of the ones that's more balanced between made for boys and made for girls, I guess.
Yeah.
In some sense, I felt like Durarara was, the first season of it was a perfect meeting ground for me and Rachel's slightly different taste in anime. Like she and Delilah are both watching this show called Fruits Basket.
And it's a romance anime, and it's, I mean, it's even a stretch for me. Sometimes it's definitely, they play into that romance thing a little bit. It's like, if you're like a, teenage girl, it's like the perfect anime for you. But like April's sister really likes Fruits Basket, and she's 16. And so, and like, I like it, but it's, it's definitely a made for girls anime. But I like, a lot of actions. Are they called shonens or whatever? Shonen? I don't know. I need to look up the types of anime. And someone mentioned, I'm curious if you watched Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, I watched some of it. I got tired of it after not super long. It's an old anime.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably excellent at the time it was made, but it's since I encountered it after watching so many like contemporary ones.
That's why I can't start it. And same with Gurren Lagann. I had trouble getting into Gurren Lagann because it's an older one, same around the same time. But Neon Genesis Evangelion is regarded as like one of the best animes of all time.
And so is, of course, Cowboy Bebop, which we have access to now. It's on Funimation, right?
Yep.
But we haven't started watching it yet.
We did. We watched an episode.
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, we did watch an
did.
episode of it.
We liked what we were watching. It just we're cycling through so many sometimes that they get lost.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. I don't keep very good track. Like Delilah's doing a better job of keeping track.
I have notes in my phone of all of them, and I write if I'm in progress, if I've completed it, and the priority, and I also rank them in my notes app.
That's very SI absolute value.
I was just going to say the same thing.
That's very SI fifth slot absolute value.
It's Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is the movie. I would actually. Okay, so I've heard Perfect Blue is one of the best anime movies. I haven't watched it because it's really, really dark from what I've heard. So if you have an interest in watching it, letting me know what you think, then do it. But it's extremely dark.
I don't like super dark ones.
Yeah, I don't either. I have with him too. Joey, yes, I'm a weeb.
She self-identifies as weeb. I self-identify as otaku. Rachel, I'm not sure. Maybe
I'm like a new weeb. Like because I feel like I don't know the names.
You're a neeb. You're half noob.
Yeah.
Half noob, half weeb.
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo. Okay, Samurai Champloo is from the same time as Cowboy. Okay, interesting because so I've been wanting to watch Samurai Champloo. Attack on Titan, we all agree, is in our number one slot, basically.
Blue Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
Fantastic.
good? Oh, should I watch
yeah.
it? I have that in my notes.
Blue Exorcist is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I really want the t-shirt that guy.
Yes.
Maybe remember you said you saw it, you found it online.
Yeah.
It's a really ordinary t-shirt or something. Like,
doesn't it have just like an A or something on it? It's
yeah.
Let me look
But
at
that's what makes it so cool, right? Because then only the people in the know recognize it. It doesn't have any
like
branding like this, right? Yeah. This is the ultimate generational test.
Yeah.
I very rarely get comments on the shirt on the world because almost all the clerks that I deal with, which are the people who I might encounter who might comment on something like this, are under 40. Yesterday we had like
same creator. Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe we had a manager or something at the auto parts store, and she looked to be about 45, maybe 40, between 45 and 50, and she's like, "Oh, cool shirt! You know that takes me back or whatever."
What shirt is it? What is it?
These folders were one of a couple of options you had when I was in middle school, mostly middle school and early high school, and everybody either had Peaches or you had Trapper Keeper. This is Gen X, actually, Shreds McGee. I'm not remotely boomer. This is a peculiarly Gen X shirt, and Gen X is a small generation, and so there occasionally somebody will say something to me and out in the world and go like, "Hey, I know those things."
Yeah.
But yeah, I was born 71, so 50 years old is definitely Gen X.
One good test of a generational test is when I tell people my cat's name is Zuko. Anyone above the age of 30 says Danny Zuko, and anyone below, I would even say above the age of like 25. Anyone below the age of like 25 know that it's Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Except I would never have said Danny Zuko. I would have said Zuko from Last Airbender.
But that's we watched that show together when I was young, when it was on TV.
Oh.
So
yeah,
Delilah Pog.
I don't have any more TWFP shirts for sale. I need to make a new run of shirts, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
I do have to go soon.
Okay.
I didn't even realize what time it was. I'll leave in a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. So if there's any last questions for Delilah, get them out of your system now. I suspect that probably end the stream when Delilah goes because I have to go get cigarettes anyway. My favorite ENTP characters in fiction. Well, I like the main character in The Man of Ideas by Sherwood Anderson. He's, I think, the most amusingly accurate about a certain quality of ENTPs, which is the ability to be oblivious to the dangerousness of others until you carried them away with your enthusiasm. So it's a story about an ENTP who had, in typical F5 polar fashion, gets with this really weird girl who's not really a good match for him probably at all, but then goes around declaring his love very very boldly throughout town. And the girl's father and brother are considered dangerous men. Tom King and his brother, bad men. But then when everyone in the whole town is nervous about the fact that the father and the brother have gone to wait for the main character in his room, like these are going to beat him up or something, he shows up back at his room with his arms full of grasses that he's collected out in the world. And now listen, I've got a theory about this. And before he knows it, the supposedly dangerous guys are following him down the street, listening intently to what he's saying. He's saying, "Come, let's go get Sarah. We've got to tell her. She'll be excited about this. She knows all about this kind of thing. Come on, let's go." And then they're just like swept away by his torrent of words. And instead of being dangerous, they live up to his implied expectation that they're reasonable people who are going to be interested in this crazy nonsense that he's talking about.
Sounds like the Music Man.
So the Music Man is a shyster.
Yes, that is the big difference.
The Man of Ideas, if he's shysting at all, like in other words, if he's aware at all that that these people are dangerous and they're not responding, and his enthusiasm is misplaced given the tone of the room. The author doesn't reveal that to us, but I think he's aware on some level.
I guess that's why it reminds me, yeah.
All right, so let me have Delilah answer the last couple of questions, and she's itching to roll.
Delilah, was Erica particularly embarrassing dad? Yes and no. Yes and no. I wasn't necessarily embarrassed about him in general, but there were not like if I was like in a social situation he had to come like pick me up, like I wasn't like embarrassed of anything that he would do or that he did or whatever, but he would purposefully do things like, yell, party in the park randomly. Do you have a channel or any social media? Yeah, I have an Instagram, or a TikTok. I guess you guys could follow me on there. If you guys can find my Instagram, follow me. Feel free. Rachel follows me, so if you follow Rachel, go through her. I don't really want to say it on here, but it's not that hard to find me on Instagram. Do you have fast? Yeah, you could. Yeah, DM Rachel and she'll give you my handle. I just don't want to say it on here. So I let you have fast reflexes. Yes, I have exceptionally weirdly fast reflexes, and I think it's because I'm so clumsy that I'm always knocking shit over, and so I always have to catch whatever I just knocked over. So I do think I have pretty fast reflexes, but I mean, maybe I have normal reflexes and I've just developed them. Who knows? But I think I do.
For those who say something like ESTP, clumsy, that seems counterintuitive or seems like to go against what we understand about cognitive functions. It's something I'm not quite sure what to make out of. I think that primarily she's less clumsy than she purports to be. Their self-reporting is not very reliable about it. And that's basically the gist of it. Delilah is ESTP, yeah.
I think maybe my clumsiness is related to ADHD because I'm always tunnel vision-y, and then I'm like, don't fucking care what's in my way, and then I just knock that shit over. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
that really makes sense.
Sorry, I had a notification I had to look at. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe also I report myself as clumsier than I am. Who knows? I don't know. I just get so frustrated every single time I knock some shit over that it stays in my mind forever.
Okay, so let me ask you the Enneagram question so we can figure out what your Enneagram type is, okay?
Okay.
When you have a deadline coming up that you don't want to, it's like you're dreading having to do this work you put off or something like that, do you continue playing harder and put your head in the sand, fiddle while Rome burns? Do you try to research the subject more so you understand it better so you can do the topic or whatever you're supposed to do? Or do you curl up at home in front of the TV with a pint of ice cream?
Probably like play harder and, put my head in the sand until the day before. I mean, even Rachel just knows, yesterday I had a research paper due at 6 p.m. I started at 2 p.m. and I wrote 17 pages in 4 hours. So, I mean, and until then, I basically did absolutely no research on what I even had to do, like what the exact assignment was. Sometimes, like the day before, I'll look at what the assignment was, what the assignment is, so I have better understanding, but I won't look into it at all now.
Okay. And then when somebody is coming at you with beef in their heart, are you likely to, let's go then, come right back at you, bro? Or are you likely to go, okay, let me appease you? Or are you likely to go, you know what? You should, you're not listening to me. Okay, fine, I'm walking away.
I would even say like a combination of the three. Like if I don't have the energy or effort, I'll just appease them. If I feel like they're stupid as fuck, then I'll say, you should, okay, you're not listening, I'm walking away, because there's no point in wasting my energy on it. That's like the same thing with like those TikTok comments that were responding to me the other day. I just like basically ignored them. But I would say like if it's like someone that like I know is smart, or like that I know personally or something, I'm probably the first option.
Okay, and the third and final question is this: how do you know you're not? How do you know that you're okay? That you don't need to be ashamed of yourself? Is it because you're helpful to people? Because you achieve on external metrics like getting good grades and making lots of money, or because I'm a rebel and fuck you and your rules and your mores anyway?
The first one, the helpful to people one.
Okay. So I think you're 271 is what I think. I think your Enneagram triad, whatever you want to call it, is 271.
271 Enneagram. How do I spell it? Enneagram.
And the reason I think is probably 271 rather than say 721 is because your answer seems most certain and clear about the last question.
That answers Edwin Kinney.
I anticipated your question and answered it before I saw it.
How do I pronounce it? Edwin?
I think that might very well be Octavio Silva.
The 271? Oh, Ewan McKinney.
You win. I was saying, okay, you win. Yeah. Sorry, I was saying Ewan, like Aaron, but with a speech impediment. Sorry about that, Ewan.
I recognized your picture of the bear. That's how I knew. Let me see what your tri-type's
Yeah,
called.
I'm like so interested.
Mine, I just read it.
Oh, did you?
They want to be helpful. Some into. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Here, 271 tri-type is called the teacher tri-type.
Oh.
Oh.
271 is
Yeah, the
the
teacher.
teacher, right? This is the wrong one to click because there's. Where's the one?
You know how to do it.
Right. Okay.
It's with the curve surfer. Yep.
This will take me to the right place. And then once I'm here, I just need to find the.
Yeah, it's either on the. It could be on the first page.
Just do this.
27. Yeah, but it's probably on the other page. 27. It's probably on this page.
No, you
Yeah,
got it.
127 271. The drama teacher.
Lighthearted and creative, wants to make learning fun, positive energy with a mission to teach. 2 wing 3, SXSO. Well, I would say you're definitely 2 wing 3, not really 2 wing 4, and you're probably SXXO.
yeah,
I think that's accurate. The drama teacher. 712 is called the hip priest.
We were in drama.
Yeah, it was a big drama girl. I gotta go. Because I gotta go pee and go home.
All right, darling.
Parents.
All right, you do your thing. If you want to go pee, you can go in through the master bedroom there to our bathroom and pee right there.
But it's granddaddy.
No, he's not
No,
in
he's
there.
not.
Okay. All right.
I love
Let me say
you.
bye to the thing. Let me say bye to them. Where's the chat? Bye, chat. Anything else for me? No, but thank you guys. Bye, Ewan. Bye, Winston's mom. No, I didn't call you guys a thing. I was just saying bye to the concept that is the live chat. Can I call you guys a concept? Okay, I gotta go now. Well, I gotta go to the restroom.
Bye, beautiful
Well,
darling.
let me just go to the restroom and then I'll come back and say bye.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll be right back.
And I think I'm gonna wrap up the Drizzy game here because we gotta go get. I gotta get cigarettes. Cigarillos.
Cigarillos.
Yeah. I once waited till 1 a.m. Monday morning to start writing a paper that was due that same Monday. 12 pages. It was the longest in the cloud. We got 100%, which offended me because it deserved either a 97 or a 103.
Yeah, that is the magic making of an INTP. I mean, I used to envy my INTP friend who was able to do that kind of stuff too in high school. Like, I was like, man, you guys are good at taking tests and like being like under pressure with schoolwork. That is good apple juice.
I always did better with doing other people's work
Did
than
you?
my own.
Really?
If somebody else asked me to write a paper for them or help them with a paper or something, I was like, of course, let me show off how good I am at helping you with this.
Is that Effie?
I should have either gotten extra credit for writing half of it in dactylic hexameter or lost some points for only doing half of it in proper meter. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree, actually. If you're gonna go metric all the way. Anyhow, I will see you all later. It was a pleasure for me. It's always a great pleasure when we get to incorporate Delilah into the mix. It takes some of the extrovert's responsibility off of my shoulders. And it's funny. You can see how we're in many ways very similar. She's an ESTP raised by an ENTP, but she's definitely an ESTP.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can see the difference.
You can see the difference. I see the difference.
And it's certainly the case that just because somebody's a sensor doesn't mean they're not just as smart as intuitives.
Right.
Okay, so see y'all later, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Thanks for. Oh, you know what? There's something else we got to do here before.
Oh,
I think there's another present to open.
yeah, there's 2 more.
There's 2 more presents. Now, the top present, we know what it is because it says on the box what it is.
Goodies. Vintage candy.
Vintage candies. We're gonna do this here real quick here before we wrap it up. So let's see what it looks like.
Peeps was in your room.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. She's up and in there.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm cross-referencing on the camera.
So here's a present. You can see it's personalized with a happy 50th birthday sleeve.
I want to look at it. I'm just gonna get my stuff.
Sure.
And inside, we discover. Well, look at this assortment of classic candies,
Wow, that's cool.
It
including
is.
Sweet Tarts, Laffy Taffy,
Taffy.
Grape Heads, Lemon Heads, Twizzlers, Now and Laters, Lifesavers, Assorted Charms.
Oh my god.
Wow, this will be fun to eat.
Yeah, thanks, Winston's mom.
And it comes with a Fun Facts newsletter.
Oh, fun.
Are these facts really fun? Let's find out. America has exactly 50 states.
That's pretty fun.
That is.
Oh,
That's not-
about 50. About the number
I
50.
think so,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought it was about the year.
No, it's about the number 50. I already knew that America has 50 states, and I just don't consider that a particularly fun fact. I'm not going to lie. I consider it a fairly regular fact. All right, now let's open this one and see what it is.
It's really
Shreds McGee, I'm on your side on that one. That fact was inadequately fun, so they included it on a list of fun facts. Okay, let's see what this is. Ready to ship. Oh, it's a hat. Oh, it looks like it's like nice clothes.
It's an Indiana
Wow.
Jones hat.
It's preparing me to go to a wedding or something. Thank you. Winston.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Let me see this hat. I like hats.
It is like an Indiana Jones
What it
hat.
says is.
Oh my Good call.
It's cute though. I like it.
It's actually an Indiana
Oh,
Jones
wow.
hat.
Yeah.
It looks good on you.
It does. I like it. You know. I wonder if it didn't if people didn't have the tag on it, if people would identify it as such. Would they identify it?
I probably wouldn't have.
I don't think I would either. It's just sort of like a cowboy hat, you know?
Yeah. It looks great.
Winston's mom said a nice.
Classy.
said
And
a
it goes
nice
with this shirt.
message, Dad, did you see her message?
I wanted to find you something your mother would have chosen for her Peter Pan turned 50. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, that is
Winston's mom.
fantastic. Thank you, Winston's mom.
There's one more hat arriving, and that hat is from Horse Mumbler 1, but it wouldn't arrive in time. So this one was because I thought you would look so cool in it.
He
You
does
talking about
look
this
so
hat?
cool in it.
Is this the one you and
That
Horse
looks
Mumble
like-
got for me? I like it. It's foamy. Oh, this is not a hat, Eric. You're just being silly. Well, thanks a lot, birthday present provider.
Don't forget to drink out of your mug.
I won't. What type puts stuff on their head most? Delilah puts a lot of stuff on her head.
Well, for fashion, hold on. I'll
Like
say.
she's got makeup on. She's got hair clips. She's
Yeah.
got different colors in her hair. Do you have any earrings?
I have 13 piercings total.
Oh wow.
7 on this ear, 7 on this ear, and my bell button. Here, I'll show you guys again for views. There you go. Whoa, look at that. I'm stripping.
Do I think
So-
you're a retard? No.
What?
Why would you ask me that question?
Who asked that?
Thanks, Alicia Kalma. I think my style's amazing too.
I think she's talking to me.
Oh, she's talking to you.
One closed, Shreds. One closed. So I only have 12.
Oh, one closed. Only one closed.
Well,
That's-
I've had a lot closed, but I've had them all re-pierced. I had one up here and it closed. I just don't have any of my things in my ears right now. I only have 3 in my ears. But right now I have like 7 on this side and like 3 or 4 on this side and then my belly button. So it's not unlucky anymore.
Do you ever find yourself saying, I don't want to wait for my holes to be re-pierced?
Yeah, I do find myself saying that. I want to one day just go get like everything re-pierced as at one time. I just need more. I mean, they especially over COVID, I got tired of like I had 2 more right here and they closed too.
Oh.
Yeah, all these and they're all like what's the word? Ew. What is that smell that I'm smelling?
Cigarette butt.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty smelling.
But it's all scar tissue. is the word I
Oh,
was
scar
looking for.
tissue. Yep,
Yeah.
I have that because I had my cartilage pierced,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I got infected. So
The worst.
my ears are sensitive. I've always wanted to have.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have like a ton of earrings.
Yeah, that sucks. That's
Yeah,
too bad.
Yeah, but I do have 2. I have the 4.
The 4,
Yep.
yeah, I've seen those ones. Yeah, they look good.
I
They
had-
have nice.
I had
ears.
2 good lines during work the other night. It always frustrates me when I have it during work like that because it's like it's wasted on my student and his mom rather than being any kind of media, right? But I told them they're trying to get me to help them meet the teacher's demands, even though they're stupid. And so I said, look, you can't drink milk and vomit at the same time. That's one of my good lines that I said to them. And the other one was, you obviously don't respect the story you're writing, because if you did, you wouldn't treat it like such a whore.
They're Legends Fall. They're thicker than regular earrings, so I can't do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now.
All
Bye,
right.
Granddaddy.
Hi, Dad. I will. We're just wrapping up this live stream right now.
We're in the thing.
All right, in the stream. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.